Hey everybody, Crystal here, the Pineapple Picker, and today we're going to go over what sold from July 6th through July 12th. So first of all, we sold a Snap-on Tools hat. It's a Digi Camo one size, red, black, and gray. That sold for $12 plus the buyer paid shipping. I purchased that for $2 at Goodwill. Next, we sold a Johnson Brothers Hearts and Flowers set of 5 cups and saucers. Those sold for $29.99 plus the buyer paid shipping. This was in a buy. I purchased a whole big group of these types of dishes for $30 and they're already paid for, so less fees. This is pretty much all profit. Next, I sold a peacock pin, cloisonne, filigree, green, blue, red, brass tone. This was a small little peacock pin. I loved it, but I don't wear pins. So I sold that. I think I purchased it for $1 and it sold for $5.99 plus the buyer paid $1.99 shipping. Next, I sold a vintage Florentine gilt Italian wood tollware box, gold and off-white. So this sold for $24.99 and the buyer paid shipping on that. I purchased this from an estate sale along with a couple other items for $1. No one else was going after these items. It's like a grouping of items on an end table. So I think it was about 4 different things on there. So this more than paid for that. Next, I sold a new and packaged vintage Laura Ashley Nutmeg Plum Mauve Cream full and fitted sheet. And I also found a pillowcase in my stash that I went ahead and put into the package, no charge to the customer. So that sold for $49.99 plus the buyer paid shipping. I did get this out of a sheet buy that I did a while ago, a whole bunch of vintage sheets that I purchased for basically $1 a pack. Next, I sold another vintage sheet out of that buy. It's new old stock Wamsuta double fitted sheet seashell scallops. Say that fast 3 times. Seashell scallops. And that sold for $15 plus the buyer paid shipping on that. Next, I sold a stone turquoise necklace, brown triple layer silver tone clasp for $9.99 plus the buyer paid $1.99 shipping. That came out of a bulk jewelry buy that I did from Goodwill, the shopgoodwill.com. I think I got a bunch of stuff for around $30. Next, I sold classic outtakes Don Rickles and Don Adams Lost in the Vaults from 2008. This is a DVD. I got this for free. I picked up a bunch of stuff from a garage that someone said, hey, come over, I've got this stuff in here and you can take whatever you want. So this sold for $14.95 plus the buyer paid shipping. Next, I sold one of the Creative Memories Flex Hinge cover set albums. No sheets in this one for $18.99 plus the buyer paid shipping. Next, I sold a Starbucks tall mug, green teal with leaves. It was 14 ounces. It sold for $8 plus the buyer paid shipping. I purchased this for I think 75 cents or 99 cents at a thrift store. It's been a long time. It's been listed for a while, but that finally sold. Next, I sold, so I showed this in my last video. I think it was my last video, or maybe it was the one before that, where I had stopped at a yard sale when I went to the post office one Saturday, and I passed by this sign. It said there was a yard sale, and so on the way back, I went ahead and stopped to see what they had. I picked this up for $5 from that yard sale, no lie. So I sold a Fissler VitaVeet 6-quart pressure cooker, Solar Dots, from Germany, and it sold for $129.99 plus the buyer paid shipping. It's awesome. Next, I sold 2 Johnson Brothers Staffordshire Old Granite Fruit Sampler dinner plates, 10 inches, and those sold for $12.99 and then the buyer paid shipping. next is a really good sale. I sold a sterling silver bowl by Simpson Hall Miller and Company, Art Nouveau style. It was 10 inches across and it sold for $150 plus the buyer paid shipping. So yeah, this sold. I had it sitting around and I just needed to clean it up and list it. It was from one of our storage units and it sold pretty quick. Well, I'd say in about a month it sold. Next, I sold a vintage lucite acrylic light bulb paperweight. It was very unusual. I thought it was super cool. I picked it up at the local thrift store that I like to go to and it was 99 cents. And I listed it for $25.99 plus the buyer paid shipping, and it sold within a couple of hours.
Hi guys.
Alright, next I sold Columbia Newton Ridge waterproof amped hiking boots, brown, and a women's size 8. They sold for $49.99 plus the buyer paid shipping. I purchased these at Goodwill for $5 last weekend, listed them right away, and they sold within the week. Next, I sold a pair of New Balance men's White Cross training shoes, size 9. Those sold for $29.99 plus the buyer paid shipping. I picked those up the same time I picked up the Columbia boots, and they were also $5. Next, I sold a pair of Nike Speed XT men's size 8 running shoes, lace up black and white, training sneakers. I think I had these listed for $49.99 and I got an offer for $40 and I took it, plus the buyer paid shipping. I got these from my other half. Actually, he went and dropped off a bunch of stuff at the dump. And they have a little pile of things that are just kind of sitting there, and he walks over usually and kind of checks them out, and there were 2 pair of tennis shoes there that were in the box, nothing wrong with the shoes at all. And yeah, I went ahead and listed these, and I have another pair that are listed. The boxes were a little bit worn, so I went ahead and sold them without the box, but yeah, it's a great pickup. Next, I sold 3 skeins of Loops and Threads Country Loom Yarn Carnival for $12.99 plus the buyer paid shipping on that. And then I sold a turquoise necklace, Southwest inspired, with a heart-shaped pendant. That sold for $8.99 plus the buyer paid $1.99 shipping. This came from the same lot that the last necklace sold from. And that is pretty much it for the week. I had one really good sale at the antique mall, and that was a set of Pyrex bowls in the pattern Colonial Mist. They were the Cinderella bowls. I picked those up at Goodwill for $9 and turned around and sold them in the booth in 2 days for $80. So I'll put a picture of those here, but you know, Pyrex is pretty popular anywhere you go, so yeah. And then, let's see, I have a video of the booth that I'm going to attach at the end of this that you guys can enjoy. I did also go to my favorite thrift store here in town on Saturday, so I'm going to put a little video of that up tomorrow. Unfortunately, I had technical difficulties again. That's me. I did not bring the housing for my GoPro, so I had the strap that I use. And I had my GoPro, but I didn't have the housing. So I used my phone, and it wasn't orienting correctly. So this video is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to look great, but I wanted you guys to see kind of, you know, the place that I like to go to. I'm going to try to get there again this weekend and be better prepared. And yeah, it'll be a better video. So anyway. Alright, so another thing that I picked up this weekend, there was an estate sale right up the road from where I live, and, sorry, they're yelling at the dog. There was an estate sale right up the road from where I live, and it was in sort of a shopping center, an empty space that has been sitting there for a while, and I guess they got permission to go ahead and hold this estate sale there. I went all 3 days that they had it, and the last day was Sunday, yesterday, and I went back and kind of, you know, scouted the place out, see what was left. And one of the things that I hadn't even noticed on the first 2 days was a pair of these boots, and these were kind of stuffed under a shelf, and they had boots for $10, and so on Sunday everything was half off, so they were $5. So just a type of boot to look out for. These are, I don't even know how to say it correctly, but I have the little thing here. Luchese? I don't know, you guys can correct me, but yeah. These sell brand new for hundreds and also thousands of dollars. So you can find, these are the real deal cowboy boots. It came with a box, but this isn't the box that goes to these shoes. I've done some investigating, and that they don't necessarily match those. But these are kangaroo, and these sell for upwards of $600 to $700 brand new. Online, on eBay, pre-owned, they're selling, I don't know, I listed mine for, there was a pair brand new on eBay that sold for $299. So I've listed these for $159.99, and I've put a best offer on there, so, and my minimum is like $100. So, I mean, I don't know if I'd go as low as $100, but we'll see. But, you know, these have the little inserts still in them. They're in really good shape, and I thought it was really cool. I got these for $5, you guys. $5! So that was my huge pickup for the weekend. I've already got these listed, already gotten a bunch of views on them, and just waiting for the right person to come along and purchase them. So at this estate sale, I also picked up lots of items for the booth, my antique booth in the fall and for Christmas time. Especially on that last day, I got a lot of things half off. I got these sort of big gold stars, so like 14 of them. When I told them I wanted all of them, they were like, "What? You want all of them?" Yeah, I want all of them. And then I got some other things like these little pumpkins and these grapes. I love these things. And these little reindeer that I thought were great. This little reindeer. Anyway, I just thought they were cool, so I picked those up. I also picked up, somebody here locally was having an estate sale, and it was like a last minute type of thing. He wanted to get everything cleared out quickly, so he had a lot of Christmas items for $20, and it was a tree, it's not very tall. I want to say it was about 6 foot tall, slender, perfect for the antique booth. The tree was filled with ornaments, and then it was like these plush and different like stuffed animals, Boyd's bears, you know, those kind of things. So I paid him $20 for all those items, and I have a tree for the booth come Christmas time. So I think that's about it. I think that's it. Again, I'm gonna put a little clip of the booth as it is right now. I went and added a few items today, and yeah, it's coming along nicely. I feel like I could still make it better. If you guys have suggestions, if you have an antique booth yourself and you want to make some suggestions to me, I am open to them. Just leave your comment down below, and I respond, or I try to respond to everyone, and I definitely read everyone's comments. Yeah, that's about it. So take care, and we'll see you next time. Go ahead and like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.